Okay, are we live? Is this accurate as to what the YouTube thing shows up? Okay, it says that we're live. I think that we're actually doing well here. How's the audio over here? I do have the microphone right in front of the webcam right here, and I do have my fan going on because it's very hot. But yeah, just checking up on the chat over here. I hope we win. Yep, I hope that we win too. Sure, this exhibition game may not be the most important, but at the same time, it's the first Canucks game in months. So I agree with you, exploring Uranus. Habs 16, what's up? A fan of both teams, but my favorite teams are the Habs, the Oilers, the Canucks, and the Jets. You know what? Doesn't surprise me to hear that based off of your username, Habs16. I'm not surprised you're a Habs fan. Max Felwick, Canucks might win, actually. Hey, I hope so. Another Habs fan. Hey, yep, I'm a Habs fan too. Hello, Jordan Hawkins. What's up, guys? So it seems that we have a few viewers over here. Not really too sure how this is going to go. I do have it in the title that this is just a pre-game hype stream. Initially, I was thinking on whether or not I actually wanted to live stream the game, or excuse me, not live stream the actual game, but live stream me watching the game while interacting with the fans and chatting with you. Obviously, that's something that a whole bunch of my friends have been experiencing success with, so I'd been asked a few times if I was interested in doing that as well. However, I did note that I'm kind of, I'm kind of a nasty Canucks fan when I watch this team. Whenever I watch the Canucks, I usually get really loud, and I didn't really know if I wanted to explore the option of broadcasting that to the world. So for now, we do, just a pregame stream, which is what we're doing right now. Checking up on the chat here, Paul Guy, hello, what's up? Hawkins, yes, the Habs. Lego Rocks, you are a legend, my guy. Hope to meet you from one day. From Burnaby, well, thank you for the kind words, my friend. Wasinu Tarif. Really apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly, but no, not from Burnaby. Am indeed from the Lower Mainland over here. So it looks like we are indeed picking up some traction here for this live stream. Just for any of you wondering, I'm watching the Rangers and the Islanders game right now. It's behind this webcam. It's behind the whole setup. It's on the TV monitor that I have over here. It's a pretty interesting game. Beauvillier scored a goal. Henrik Lundqvist just got put into the net, and we had ourselves a fight that actually came over earlier. Max Felwick, do you think the Canucks will trade Brock? No, I don't think so. Do I believe that it's been talked about? Probably, but I don't think so. Brett Shubrick. Okay, there we go. Hey, if you don't know who Brett Shubrick is, this is a guy who I've been making YouTube videos with for years. Years and years and years. Back when I made this YouTube channel in like 2012, 2011, I would make videos where I played video games with Brett. So, Gio, get this. First Canucks game since March. Yes, that is true, and I have to miss it because it starts at the exact same time as my baseball game. Oh, man. Well, at the very least, it is only an exhibition game. It's not a full-on actual Canucks game. So, you know what, Brett? Sometimes you're going to have to miss it. It sucks, but hey, we'll keep you updated on the score, I guess. Just keep your notifications turned on the NHL app. What time is the Canucks game? It's at 7:30. Yep, indeed, it's at 7:30. How good do you think Cam York and Bobby Brink could be? Great question. I love these two guys. Now, when it comes to both of these Philadelphia Flyers prospects, I was always on the more optimistic side of Bobby Brink, per se. I know there were issues with his skating that came up when he was in his draft year, even though he was such a good USHL point producer, and he was so good to the point that they invited him to the US NTDP at the U18s, and he excelled over there. I was always really high on him because his hockey IQ, his puck skills, his shot, all of these were great. Even though his skating wasn't the best, we have seen situations where players can improve their skating. It's happened with Tavares, happened with Bo Horvat, etc. So for a guy like Bobby Brink, when you ask the question, how good could he be? If he's able to work on his skating, man, this guy could be a legit NHL beast. As for Cam York, really like the guy, was a fan of what he did with the US NTDP, obviously playing with Caulfield, Zegras, Hughes, Turcotte, all the other really good guys. And how could I forget Cole Caulfield? You're going to get some point inflation over there, but as a first-year freshman for the University of Michigan Wolverines on a team that wasn't amazing, certainly is pretty good. As you can see, I got the Michigan Wolverines hat right here. Oh man, there's so many comments here. Let's check up. Right. Thoughts on Minnesota after playing the Avs? You know what, man? I gotta say it. Nathan MacKinnon's an absolute beast. We'll leave it at that. The Wild, I've made my opinion stated on the Wild. I'm not gonna lie, I actually missed the majority of that game because I was asleep, sleeping late every day because I'm up all night reading Kanojo Karashimasu. You should become a Sportsnet analyst. Huh, I wish. That's the dream, Excited to see what Juolevi can do tonight. Yes, indeed. I haven't talked about it at all yet, but Juolevi is actually playing. The guy is actually going to be in. We noted this in the video a few days ago, but he actually beat out, Fantenberg and Ben on what appeared to be the Canucks depth chart and the actual lineups that they had. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do too. Hopefully he can prove he's good enough to maybe play as a third pairing role. Yes, indeed. 2011 videos, new age fans of yours would never know this. Yeah. You know what, Brett? That's exactly what it's about, man. All the old stuff, the oddball videos, those are all on private now because I could not let those be public. That's like cancel material right there. Been watching all these games and they feel like more than an exhibition game, Yeah, I've honestly noticed that too. There's a good pacing to a lot of these exhibition games. Just the Montreal and Toronto one that I saw yesterday. Sure, the Canadiens played terribly, like they were really not good. The Maple Leafs played well. The Battle of Alberta yesterday was pretty good too. That one was a really physical, rough, and tough game. Now I'm watching the Islanders and the Rangers, and this has been pretty fast-paced. We had a fight. Like, that's crazy. And in the fight, the guy kind of like took the other guy and he kind of almost slammed his head against the glass because they both had their helmets off. Really interesting stuff right there. 2011, that year didn't happen. Yep, it did not happen. Can you do a video on Olli Juolevi's resurgence? You know what? That may be coming sometime later in the pipeline. Obviously, as the story develops, we'll have more material to talk about something like that. But for now, the most recent video I've talked about Olli Juolevi, I believe it was the Juolevi's Vengeance video. That was uploaded a few months ago, so you can kind of get a perspective as to how far away we are from that. Anyways, buddy was just dropping in. Quick, have a nice little stream. Thanks, man. Enjoy your time, Brett. Hope you guys win your baseball game. Who's been more valuable this year, Miller or Petey? You know what? I'm going to go, just when it comes to value, I'm going to go Miller. The guy is an absolute leader out there. The guy was literally the highest scoring player on the team. The fact that he won Unsung Hero is kind of whack because, in my opinion, he has been so valuable, not just based off of the points and the goals and all that, but because of what else he does. This guy is a leader. You saw it in the Canucks video where they posted like their practice footage. This guy was talking to everybody, giving everybody pointers and kind of chirping out there and actually making his presence known. Even to Alex Edler. He was telling Edler, I think it was sometime in the middle of the video, like, you know what? You don't do it like this, because if you do it like this, you give him an opportunity to do that. Instead, go like this, because then you can, close off the option while also keeping your options available. This guy is just so in love with the game, and we've seen all these interviews from guys like Brock and Quinn and Petey talking about Miller's game sense and how much he just loves hockey. So having a guy who is super vocal like that, who is somewhat of a veteran because he is one of the older guys on the team, even though the team is pretty, it's pretty young. He's only in his mid-20s, mind you. He is such a valuable player for this team. And to me, Miller to Pettersson has a much more strong effect than Pettersson does to Miller. And I think as time goes on, Petey will prove to be the more valuable player. But this past season and what we've seen so far, in my opinion, it is Miller who is the most valuable on the team compared to those two. Obviously, Markstrom has both of them beat, in my opinion, but Miller is a very, very good player. Can't believe that we actually got this guy for the, the Vancouver Canucks. Sorry, I just got an email just checking up on that. What percentage chance do you think Montreal has to beat Pittsburgh? Well, 69%, just like the Money Puck odds say. I'm excited for Caulfield. Yep, I'm really excited for Caulfield too. Do you think Montreal will improve from the way they played during the exhibition game? Oh, man, I hope so. Again, I mentioned it in the video yesterday, but if the Canadiens win and they actually make the playoffs, it's good for me because I can make more YouTube videos about this team and I can watch them. But it sucks because Pittsburgh could get Lafreniere. That would actually be insane. But furthermore, I would like Montreal to get Lafreniere. So I really don't know. Sydney or Ovi, you know what? They're both legends. I don't really want to choose between one of them, but if I have to, I'll go Sid just because the history, 3 cups, etc. You think we can break our loss streak against the Jets? Hopefully this Jets team isn't the best, I would say. So, anything can happen. Plus, it's an exhibition game. Players are going to be getting their nerves out there. I just hope that we can beat Winnipeg, man. Give me something to cheer about. It's been months. It's been months since March. We haven't had Canucks hockey since March. How do you feel? Oh, no, I skipped the question. Arjun Sahota, Chicago won 4-0 against St. Louis. Probably a bit of a confidence booster. Yeah, that game was crazy, man. Jordan Binnington, what the heck? Jake Allen, what the heck? Dylan Strome, Brandon Saad, all these guys, Kubalik getting over there. The Chicago Blackhawks were one of the worst teams to actually make the play-in series at the whole return-to-play format because in the standings before the NHL paused up, they were one of the worst teams. But they're showing us, man, they're still Chicago. Kane is a really good player. They've got some really good leadership on that team, and the young guys definitely have some mojo. How do you feel about Kotkaniemi after the exhibition game against Toronto? You know what, Jordan? I think he looked really good. I honestly am pretty confident in what not Olio Levy, getting my fins mixed up. Yesterday, Kotkaniemi actually showed off. The guy was facilitating play down low. The guy was making some nice passes. Sure, he kind of got clogged up a little bit on the boards, but I like seeing that. Kotkaniemi certainly was not the worst hab out there. Let's just make that clear. Who do you think between Höglander or Podkolzin will crack the lineup first? Well, Podkolzin is a guy to me who probably has a little bit more of an edge because he's been a different kind of physical specimen out there in the KHL. He has one more year in his contract, meaning that he won't play until 2021, 2022. But Höglander's in a position where, in my opinion, he's not NHL ready yet. At the very least, Höglander is making the NHL, I think, around the same time Podkolzin is, because in 2020, 2021, Höglander to me is either going to play in Rögle BK or in Utica. But it's more hinted towards that he's probably going to play in Sweden again. So I think he's probably going to head to that direction here. So when it comes to who do I think is going to crack the team first, I think Podkolzin just by default, because everybody was kind of touting him as an NHL-ready player before the draft even happened. It's just he's not there yet because he's under contract. So I don't know. It's a really toss-up, but, I like Podkolzin a lot. There was a fight in the Florida game as well. Oh, I didn't see that. Thanks for the reminder. I might have to check that up on YouTube later. Is there anywhere to watch the exhibition game for free? I'm not going to say anything, but there certainly probably are places that do exist that will give you the access to that game in a manner that is not all too recommended. No legal advice here, just me for educational purposes saying that out there. Oh man, there are so many comments that I missed out on. Hi, Lego Rocks. Do you think Ferland can be an X factor in this year's playoffs for a deep run? Well, Kostas, you know what? He could be. He said he was really open to hitting again, so I would love to see that. I was rewatching the YouTube video. Somebody made a YouTube video from 5 years ago about how Michael Ferland just totally dominated the Vancouver Canucks in that 2015 series, and the YouTube video back then was just all the highlights of him doing that. And watching that just got me so excited because if this guy can do that same thing against Minnesota, then we're going to be really, really, really good. Sir Francais, okay. Yep, Regan Jung, Yep, has a comment. Do you think Besser will ever be a 40 goal scorer? You know what? If his wrist has improved to the same extent that people say that it has, then the guy's only 23, right? 22, 23, something like that. This guy can totally become a 40-goal scorer just based off of how good he is. Maybe that's me wishfully thinking, but who is the most improved from March to now? I don't know that because I'm not watching the practices or whatever, but based off of what people have been saying, apparently it's Quinn Hughes. Apparently Quinn Hughes has really gotten himself better in terms of his workouts and all that stuff just from the break up until now. So I think it was Elliot Friedman's 31 Thoughts that highlighted that. If there's any player who's improved the most, it's probably Hughes. Let's see. How do you feel about Suzuki? Yup, I love Suzuki. He was so good. If you watched the video from yesterday, you would have seen that. This guy is amazing. Go Jets Go from California. Okay. okay, Riley. What were your thoughts on the Wild game? Which Wild game? I didn't see the Wild game. Apologies. Imagine this. Juolevi gets a hat trick tonight. Yeah, okay, he's making the team if he gets a hat trick tonight. Louis going to prove he's worth $6 million so that he can get traded and then go back Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't want to entertain that idea. You know, Louis is really, he's got some good potential to like actually do something, I guess, because according to the practices and the practice videos that we've seen, apparently Louis has been really good in practices. So if anything like that carries over into the actual exhibition game and the series, then that would be awesome. Hi, Lego. What's up, Jayer? Canucks or Jets? I hope Canucks. Who do you think will win the cup? You know, I can't say that, Ethan. It's too far out. What NHL team do you hate the most? I don't hate any NHL team. If I had to choose one, I guess I would say Boston because I'm still not over 2011. But like at the same time, you know, they're the best team in the league. They had some pretty good prospects. 5-3 Canucks L. My prediction. Okay, that's pretty optimistic. Do you think Ferland will last the entire game? You know what? Just based off of everything that we've seen about Michael Ferland and all the statements that he's said and what the Canucks have been saying about this guy, I think he's lasting. He's played a whole bunch of time in practice. He was what was on the third line, I guess. Third line, you could probably say it was the third line with Gaudette and Roussel. And if he's been pretty competent over the past few days in practice, I honestly think he has a good opportunity to stay in this lineup for the majority of the game, if not the entire game. Do you think Jake will play in the play-in round? You know what? I hope he does. Again, I said this in the Hot Take Hockey video with John, but like, I think Jake has probably the biggest opportunity here to prove himself as so much more than he actually has shown in this play-in series. Because, you know, Jake Virtanen and the Calgary Hitmen, rough and tough hockey, does a lot of body hits, etc. Good sniper, good goal scorer. If that kind of Jake Virtanen comes out to play in a play-in series where the refereeing is not going to be as strict, then, hey, you know, thoughts on the Seattle Kraken? Oh, big shout out to the Seattle Kraken. I love the concept, etc. If you haven't checked out the video we made earlier today, Seattle Kraken mock jerseys. We talked about this earlier in a video. I think there are some really good alternate jersey concepts that we can explore. So I made a video about that earlier today. If you want to check it out, you very well can. Also, you know I never ask for likes or anything just because, you know, that's I kind of feel personally that if a YouTuber makes good content that is likable worthy, it should be up to the viewer to decide whether or not they want to like. But if you want to like this video, this live stream here, kind of get it out to more viewers out there, you can definitely, you know, click the like button. It would be very appreciated. I'm so excited for Suzuki as well in the next few years. Yes, he did. He had an amazing assist. Do you think Jet Wu will be in the NHL? You know what? I hope someday. I hope he will be someday. He's only, 19, 20 years old? Like, the guy's still got so much time. He's still got Utica time to go through, etc. too. So I think he can probably make the NHL one day. Yeah, I saw that he really did his best. NHL 66IR. Travis Green decided to put in his lineups. Today I heard Michael Ferland, Jake Virtanen, and Zach McEwen. Do you think they're all going to be playing on a line together today? Probably not on the line because none of those guys play center. Or at least I think McEwen can play center. I'm not too sure, but he's mostly been used as a winger. If not, I think it'll probably rotate. I think Michael Ferland's on that third line for 10, and then McEwen will probably swap out on that fourth line. Maybe there's a whole, 7th? No, not 7th. 13th forward thing going out there. Who really knows? Or excuse me, wait. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 forward. Yeah, right. I can't do math off the top of my head. How far will the Canucks go in the playoffs? You know what? I hope they make the playoffs. We'll just talk about it like that first off. Sportsnet is broadcasting the exhibition game. As for it's free, you're not sure about that. Oh, responding to the earlier one, I get it. All-star Lou Erickson, obviously going to be a star. Yep, I hope so. Hey, face off with Farron Holtz. What's going on, my man, Kai? This guy makes some crazy, crazy good YouTube videos. You know, check out his Kamloops Blazers history video. That was quite the watch. I didn't watch the entirety of it, but I did get a good gist of information of a lot of the Kamloops Blazers history from that Face Off with Farron Holtz video. Obviously, he's a good friend of mine, so you can go check that out. Flexing on them all, yeah. A tiny biceps right here. I can't find a link on Sportsnet. Keep Markey or Demko. You know what? I hope they re-sign Markey. The window for opportunity is right now and in the future. Obviously, both of these guys are going to be able to help with that, but with the whole expansion draft thing going on, I don't really know on the security of a guy like Thatcher Demko going into the future. Looking at the TV guide, Keep Markey. I'm sure you've been asked this a lot, but do you think Jack Eichel will get traded to a better team? You know what? I don't think so. I don't think the guy's going to get traded. Obviously, I'm the guy making all the YouTube videos about the mock trades, but that's just because I love talking about this stuff and talking about the ideas and having discussions with you. So obviously, just because I make a video on Jack Eichel getting traded 5 times doesn't necessarily mean I think he's going to get traded. But of course, the idea of him getting traded is so interesting, which is why I make videos on that. Okay, what else is there? Yeah, I don't have TV, need a website link. Keep the good work, man. Thank you, Pascal Olivier Roy. Definitely appreciate the kind words. If we lose Tanev, would you trade Vertanen for, let's say, Damon Severson? Or would you start next year with Meyer, Stetcher, and Rafferty? You know what? I'd like to start Rafferty. I mean, getting another right D certainly wouldn't be a bad thing, but I want to see what Rafferty is capable of, man. This guy has been so good in the AHL. I definitely want to see what he's able to do. Maestro says, sup? What's up, man? My apologies. I would say stock. Oh, yeah, they're still talking about the stream, I guess. Would you stream during the game? Yes. Okay, so Verizon Gaming, this is what we were talking about at the very beginning of the stream. I'm a nasty hockey fan. Like, when I watch the Canucks, I yell and scream so much that it kind of pains me to think about broadcasting myself saying these vile things to a webcam. So I don't know if I'm going to stream. Also, I got family in the other room over there, and I think I want to watch the game with them. So I don't really know if I'm going to live stream the actual game. We'll see as this live stream goes on if that's something that you would be interested in or would see value in. But for now, this is just what is in the title. It's a pre-game hype stream. We have about 40 minutes before the Vancouver Canucks actually go and suit up on the ice. And that's what we're doing right now here. So I don't know if I'm going to stream actually during the game, but for now, this is what we got. Also, I don't really have the knowledge on, having like a scoreboard up here with like the time and the different teams and like all that stuff is so foreign to me. I've only been stuck on making YouTube videos. I know how to do that if I was on a YouTube video, but this is a YouTube live stream, so that's completely different. NHL. Okay, yeah, they're still talking about streams. Do you think Ulevy will play? Yes. In the play-in. I'm not too sure. It depends on how he does in this game. If he's like really good in this game, then I hope he will. It kind of reminds me of Ben Hutton because back in, what was it, 2015, 2016, something like that, when Ben Hutton made his debut with the Vancouver Canucks after signing from playing the University of Black Bear system, he signed as a brand new guy who was just fresh out of the NCAA. We drafted him in 2012, but he played a few years in college. And this guy wasn't supposed to be as good as he was right away because Ben Hutton made the team immediately after camp. I remember in the preseason, there was a moment where Ben Hutton had the puck and he skated it right through Bobby Orr, Lucas Spiza style, and he just got a shot on goal or whatever. And at that point, that was when Canucks fans knew this guy, Ben Hutton, was legit, and he was an NHL caliber defenseman. So if something similar like that happens to Ulevy, where he does like a Bobby Orr style rush and he scores a goal, then man, this guy's locked in against Minnesota. What do you think about Josh Brook and Jaden Struble? You know what? Brook had a tough year. Certainly did have a tough year. Obviously, when you're playing on what was one of the most stacked WHL teams with Almeida, with Wu, with Langen, with Braden Tracy, and you go from that to a Laval Rocket team that wasn't super good, obviously you're going to have some setbacks. And as a guy like Josh Brook, who is still in his early 20s, not early teens, he's in his late teens, early 20s, etc., and just playing in his first pro environment, certainly a bad year is nothing to scoff at this age because he is playing in the AHL. But you know what? I think improvements are in store for Josh Brook for sure. As for Jaden Struble, man, what a beast. Absolute monster. Very tempted to call them the Seattle. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, you know what? You can go ahead and do that. What do you say at the end of your videos? Please, I must know. At the end of my videos, I always say, what is up, my dude? It's Philip. Hey, Philip, what's going on? Philip is a GTA buddy. Mutual friends in real life, etc. But I spent a very good majority of this year playing GTA online, grinding away my bunker and my other businesses that I shouldn't probably say, because if I say that, I might get demonetized. That's certainly something that we wouldn't want to happen over here. Lego, do you see Virtanen as a Canuck to start the 2020-2021 season? You know what? I probably do. I don't really see Virtanen in the trade rumor side of things. So, you know what? I honestly think he would probably be there. Like, there's no reason to not have him. I'm not too sure. Do you know if there's any first-round picks Seattle Kraken has their eye on, if that makes sense? Well, if you want the actual specifics, once the draft comes with Seattle, not the expansion draft, but the entry draft with the prospects, Seattle will have, I think it's the best odds as the third worst team in the NHL. They're automatically going to slip in there with the good odds because, they're a brand new team. They're going to get picks, etc. And as for the first-round picks, I think they only have one, but as the expansion draft goes on, we're going to see some other teams trading away their first to Seattle. It happened with Vegas. It's going to happen here again. That's why Vegas in 2017 was able to get Cody Glass, Nick Suzuki, and Eric Bronstrom all within the top 20 because they had so many people giving them firsts like candy. The Blackhawks beat the Blues. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Let's see. Sportsnet's not free. Do you think the Canucks are an underrated team? You know what? I honestly kind of think they are. I think they are underrated, man. I don't blame you. 46 minutes long. Yeah, you know what, man? It's a grind, but you definitely put a lot of effort into that video. I'm talking to Face Off with Fahrenholtz, by the way, on his Kamloops Blazers thing. Can you sing the West Coast diss track, but do a Winnipeg Jets version live right now? Nah, man, I can't do that. I don't even remember the lyrics of that one, I'm pretty sure. Once all the parts for my new computer arrive, I hope to resume with the vids. Awesome, man. Awesome. I can't wait to see that. No start your levy predictions. I hope the Canucks win. I don't have any predictions. I always get those wrong. Habs fan living in Vancouver, so the Canucks are my second favorite team. That's amazing to see. I am a Canucks fan living in Vancouver. So I'm not in the same boat as you, but I'm also a Habs fan too. So that's definitely some relatability there. The Wandering Bard. Face Off with Fahrenholtz, you got any recommendations for places to watch the games in Burnaby? You know what? I didn't spend too much time in Burnaby. I know I was in BCIT, but I didn't really watch too much hockey when I was in there, like not like watch hockey as in like a habitual lifestyle, but literally sit down and watch hockey. I don't know too much about like bars and all that stuff since when I went to BCIT, I was 18 to 19. So yeah, apologies. You may want to check something else out there because I know you're planning to come out here to BCIT too. Please record the game. No, I don't want to get copyright struck for uploading footage. And that, let's see. What kind of term and money would you give the Markstrom and Toffoli? Man, you know what? I don't want to talk about that. Just thinking about that kind of gets the head kind of rolling a little bit to places that I don't want to go to. I'll leave that up to Jim Betting. If the Canucks would trade for someone this offseason, who would you want it to be? Connor McDavid. I would love to see Connor McDavid. Who is your pick for the Calder? Man, it is not the Vancouver Canucks guy. I'm sorry, but Cale Makar was just an absolute beast. I know there are so many arguments as to why Quinn Hughes should win it instead, because when it comes to impact, Quinn Hughes had a bigger impact on the Canucks than Cale Makar did with the Avalanche. But to me, the Calder Trophy is more about who had the best rookie season. Pretty much who, as a rookie, had the best season. And when you take a look at it like that, Cale Makar had the better season. And I think about it like that because when I take a look at what happened in 2016 with Connor McDavid and Artemi Panarin, Connor McDavid was the best player on the Edmonton Oilers, hands down. He just missed half the year because he got, collarbone Brandon Manning, right? But when it comes to the impact, if it was just impact alone, it would have been Connor McDavid over Gostisbehere and over Panarin. Panarin was playing with Kane. Panarin was dubbed the right-handed Patrick Kane. In that season, Patrick Kane won the Art Ross with like 100 and something points. Was that the Art Ross season? I'm pretty sure it was. And that season, Connor McDavid didn't even finish second. Connor McDavid was third in Calder voting. Gostisbehere beat the guy. So in my opinion, it will be Cale Makar because when it comes to how these NHL people vote, I think it's just going to be based off of who had the best season as a rookie. And it's going to be either Makar or Hughes. So, you and Jake both be yelling at this game. Oh, man, yeah, Jake, Canadian zombie, man. Winnipeg fan over here. Don't know how he's a Winnipeg. Oh, just kidding. I do know why he's a Winnipeg fan. Slow that down a bit. No, a lot. If you're talking about the chat, yeah, I kind of want to read all these messages. It's my first time live streaming. So, yeah, leave a like down in the like bar for first time live streaming. I don't normally ask for likes again, but you think Höglander or Podkolzin can win the Calder when they make it? You know what? I don't know. I would love to see like Höglander spend this year in Sweden, next year in Utica. Podkolzin spends this year in Russia and next year in Vancouver. Or excuse me, yeah, no. Because I would love to see the Calder streak continuing. If the Vancouver Canucks can get like a Cole Lind or something with their roster this upcoming season and have them compete in the Calder, that would be really cool. Do you see Torrey Krug on the left side of Weber? 5 years, $7 million per year. You know what? That would be really interesting. The Habs do need left-handed D because they don't have too many of those that are like amazing. Obviously, Weber and Petrie are like the two best players on the back end. That would be really interesting. But I don't know the incentive on signing with your Boston Bruins most historic rival after ending your career with the Bruins. That would be pretty interesting. You play hockey in real life? Unfortunately, no. There's no hockey going on right now. But to answer your question, I was born in the Philippines and I came here from an independent immigrant family with Filipinos. So we didn't really like hockey. We weren't really into this stuff up until I was like 11. So I never really played any hockey until actually playing some organized floor hockey for the past few years. So when it comes to actual skating hockey, no, I don't play that. But I do know how to skate. I did take independent skating lessons when I was like 10 or whatever. So I do know how to skate. I rollerblade all the time too. I hope they play One Great City at the Game. Is that a song? I'm not really too sure. Let's see. Blackhawks beat the Blues. Yep, they do. Are you live streaming the whole game? Not really too sure. Not really too sure. Because I'm a nasty Canucks fan. If I live stream the game, I don't know how I would like having my bad side coming up on the internet. What kind of contract would you give Gaudette? You know what, Hockey God, the guy could get a pretty good bridge deal at like what, $2-3 million if the Canucks management really pried it out of him. But if they wanted to go long term, I don't really know, because like the potential for Gaudette is so high. This guy was so good, man. If you guys watch Adam Gaudette's Twitch streams, those are really funny too. The guy plays Warzone. He's not streaming anymore, obviously, because they're in the bubble. But like when the offseason was going on, this guy was just getting dubs left and right, and also Gulag dubs as well. Who is your favorite prospect for 2021? You know what? I gotta go second overall projected Brandt Clarke. The guy was a total beast with the Don Mills Flyers last year, with Shane Wright, with Brennan Othman, etc. That guy was just so good. Playing for the Barrie Colts this past season, he certainly wasn't as good as I thought he would be, but I think he's honestly going to be really good too. Obviously, you can't go wrong with Brandt Clarke, with Owen Power, Luke Hughes, Aatu Räty, the first overall projected pick. There are so many really good players in the 2021 draft. Why don't you sing the West Coast Roast diss track? Don't remember the lyrics. You look like Nick Robertson. Yep, that's racist. Habs fan living next to Toronto. just kidding. I get what you mean, though. Habs fan living next to Toronto. Nice. Canucks fan living in Vancouver. Nice. I'm a Canucks fan also living in Vancouver. Do you think the Canucks should get Vince Dunn from free agency? Well, that would be an RFA scenario because he is a restricted free agent. I like Vince Dunn. If I had to choose if one of my teams went after him, though, I'd probably choose the Habs. I would like the Habs to have him more than the Canucks, just because from a positional standpoint, I think he would fit more with that team. But if the Canucks go for him, that's cool too. I like Vince Dunn as a player, certainly a nice one. It's good to see your face, man. Hope your grad wasn't as lackluster as mine. Thanks for the kind words, Eric. But my grad was a YouTube video on the BCIT YouTube page that soon got privated, so I didn't even watch it because I slept through it. It's a great grab. Can you say my name? Rylan Chima. What's up, man? How you doing? Hughes is better defensively. You know what? I'd probably agree with that. If you're talking about Hughes versus Makar. Do you think Pettersson will become the Canucks captain in the future over Horvat? The only way that happens is if Horvat gets traded or if Horvat retires early. Horvat retires if he's 30. Pettersson is, 27, 28? At that time, I think Pettersson is going to be the captain. But other than that, as long as these two guys are on the same team, Horvat is going to have that need to have that C on his sweater. And the Canucks don't normally rotate through captains. Like, we only had, 4 in the past 20 years? Going back to don't include Messier once, but like Naslin, then it was Luongo, then it was Henrik, and now it's Bo. Like, this team doesn't rotate through captains a lot. Big disagree. Hughes had the better rookie season. You know what? That's a fair perspective. I certainly can't argue with that. Why you make so many videos? The demographic for your channel is very, very small. I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you're asking why I make a lot of videos, it's because I love talking about hockey, and I love making YouTube videos. That's kind of been my hobby for the past, 2011, 2012, 8 years now? Yeah, it's nuts. I've been making YouTube videos for almost half of my life. Can you say hi, Rylan? What's up, Rylan? Do you wonder if the Canadiens will come up Jake Evans to play in the fourth line against the Penguins? Maybe. I was a fan of Evans when I did see him play this past season. Obviously, he scored some pretty good goals for the Habs. Sometimes he's a little bit hotter, because he doesn't play all that often. But I like Jake Evans. If they played him in the fourth line against the Penguins, if he really does show off well, then that would be awesome to see. Do you think the Canucks should get Vince Dunn? Oh, I already answered that. What's more important? The Jacob Mark. Okay, I'm actually so far behind. Okay, we're gonna go super. We're gonna go super turbo mode because I want to catch up to the chat. What's more important, signing Toffoli or Markstrom? Markstrom. Why would someone dislike a live stream? Because they don't. I don't know, because they're free to do so. The ratings help out anyway. Dude, there was a tornado 5 minutes from me 2 weeks ago. Really? Jeez, Philip, that's nuts. Tornado? Darn, what's going on over there in mid-Canada? Jeez. 3K likes or I'm going to get mad. You know what? Yeah, let's get this live stream to 3,000 likes or J2Dzilla is going to get mad. If you haven't liked this live stream yet, get it to 3,000 likes or else somebody is going to blow up in the chat. Best player in the Canucks this season, I'm going to say Jake Markstrom. Lego fan. Hey, Gio, I'm a huge fan. Do you think that Toffoli will get re-signed? Man, I hope so. Honestly, my heart says yes, but Gatekeepers. Oh, you plugged the toilet once at SE10. Oh my goodness. That is hitting way too home. Way too close to home. Well, first off, I never did do that stuff in SE10, but If you're wondering, SE10 is the main broadcast building at BCIT. That is the headquarters where the radio arts and entertainment people, the TV and video production people, as well as the broadcast journalism people, all have their lessons. I was in that building for the majority of my time for my 2 years over there. Didn't plug the toilet though. Very funny comment over there. Diener HD, what's up, man? Rylan, yep, I already said hi, Rylan, a few times. How do you think Toffoliable 2? You know what? I think this guy's going to be great. He's been great in practice, great in exhibition, or excuse me, not exhibition. This is the exhibition game, but like, the exhibition practices that the Canucks were holding. There were a few broadcasts on the radio where, what's his name? Brendan Batchelor was doing a broadcast for that. 4-2 Canucks is my score. You know what? That's a good score. I like that. How far did the Canucks make it this year? I hope to the Stanley Cup. It's probably not going to happen, but I can be really hopeful if I want to be. Could you watch my Vancouver Canucks hype video for the playoffs if you can? You know what? Maybe. I'm in the middle of live streaming right now, so I'm not really too sure, J Smooth 18, but I love watching myself some Vancouver Canucks hype videos. Eric T, can you please give a shout out to my friend Paul Hupka? He is your biggest fan. Okay, what's up, man? What is up, Paul Hupka? Yeah, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Thanks to your friend Eric T for also letting me in. One of the main lyrics for One Great City are I hate when... Oh, that's funny. Hold up, is Nick Robertson native or Asian? He is half Filipino, just like me. Well, I'm not half Filipino. I'm full Filipino. I was born in the Philippines to full Filipino parents, but Robertson has a Filipino parent and a white parent. I think I don't know the race of the white parent, but it is. I just remember there was a feature on Filipino television on Nick Robertson. It was really funny because we have like the Filipino shows going on because we do have the Filipino channel. Obviously, my parents are going to watch that all the time. And I remember one day just seeing like the Toronto Maple Leafs logo on the Filipino television. And I was like, wait, why is that there? And then it was like, oh, Nick Robertson. And they started talking in Tagalog. And then I was like, oh, he's half Filipino. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Toronto Maple Leafs prospect. And the brother is a Dallas Stars prospect who's really, really good. Lego live stream must be a blue moon. Yeah, it's a blue moon, man. First time ever we're actually doing this. Sup, Gio? Gabby Oates can't stay long, but decided to drop in for a bit. Hey, what's up, man? I really... appreciate the view over here for sure. Sharks fan in Texas, Luke Muir. I'm apologizing because I pronounced that incorrectly. Sharks fan in Texas, interesting. I don't know if you will have enough time to read my message, but I wanted to thank you to entertain us during the quarantine and keep up your good job, brother. Thank you for the kind words, Tausif Ahmed. I definitely do appreciate it. I'm just in my room. It's quarantine, don't want to go outside. And every time I do go outside, I gotta wear one of these because, want to make sure we stay safe from the virus. I live in Peterborough and met Robertson. My brother has a signed puck from him. Oh, really? That's nice. We're no strangers. Yeah, okay. Boys are finally black. Lego question. Rather have seen Juolevi or Rafferty start today? You know what? They're on different positions, so obviously I can't really judge them equally. With Rafferty, it's kind of tough because he has to beat out Stetcher, he has to beat out Myers, and he has to beat out Tanev if he wants to get a shot. But for Olli Juolevi, he got a chance to actually beat out Vandenberg and Ben. Now, Ben had to go because I think his wife is giving birth or something like that. But, Vandenberg, man. I liked Vandenberg this past season. So if Olli Juolevi is better than him in this exhibition game, then that would be really, really awesome to see. Full commitment, Worm thinking now. Nice. Who's going further in the playoffs, Vancouver or Toronto? I hope Vancouver. Full commitment, what I'm thinking of. Imagine Luke Hughes, Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes were on a team in the future. Yep, that's always... I've been doing that in my GM modes every single year, pretty much. Please do a Genius Lyrics Explain video for the West Coast Roast diss track. I don't really think I need to because it's very self-explanatory. If you've seen that video, you'll never... Okay, more Rickroll lyrics. Weather is so insane here. Oh, man, that sucks to hear, man. Is it really hot over there, too? Because I know it's, burning over here. I mean, if I had to just check it out, it's 25 and a half degrees in my room right now, and my window is open, and I have the fan going on. So, obviously, it's not, ideal, but I know it's better here than it is in other places. I know other places it's, upwards to 30 degrees Celsius, and that sucks. More Rick rolls. Can I make a new intro for your videos? You know what? You can if you want, but I really am a minimalist when it comes to adding new content features to the stuff because I know I made that intro quite a long time ago and I'm pretty okay with it. More Rick Roll. Yo, what's up? Can't wait to get this started, eh? You know what? Yeah, me too. Can't wait to see it. I call the Canucks going to the third round if Ferland can stay healthy. I would love to see that. Have them in the conference finals, Final Four, win a first playoff series since 2011. It's been 9 years. This team hasn't won a playoff series in 9 years. Quick trivia for those of you who know, who was the last Vancouver Canucks to score a playoff goal? Yeah, that's trivia. My favorite Canuck ever to score a playoff goal. He is the last one to do it. Love your channel. What exactly do you say when you sign off on your videos? When I sign off on my videos, I say, so there's 99. Canucks are going to choke to the Jets tonight. Oh, man, I hope not. Then they're going to choke to the Wild. Wow, Kyle, you're very optimistic. What do you use for thumbnails? I use Photoshop. I should send you the vid, Philip says. Okay, I would love to see that. Do you think Besser is getting traded? Nope, I already talked about that earlier, but I don't honestly think he is going to get traded. Do I believe that they've discussed his name in trade discussions? Probably, but I don't think he is going to get traded. What would they do to trade for Jack Hughes? Pedersen. Do you have Asperger's? No, I'm just very expressive, so I move my head around a lot. I'm in the BCIT TV and video program. Oh, okay. Nice. So SE10 then. University of Michigan what is that? Oh, no, don't disrespect the Wolverines, man. Don't disrespect the Wolverines. Quinn Hughes, buddy. Canucks lose. Imagine if the Canucks can get Hall this offseason. That would indeed be crazy. We all saw you plug the toilet. Okay, I'm just gonna... No, that didn't happen. Do you think Vancouver should get an NBA team? Hey, I'd like that. That'd be really cool. Bring some more attraction to this city. Oilers fan, so I don't love the Canucks, but if they versus in the playoffs, who do you think would win? I'm going to go Canucks. I love Connor McDavid. I love Leon Draisaitl. They're so good, but I got to go with my blue and green. I always got to go with that. Canucks will lose versus the Wild? Okay, maybe. Oh, man. Geez, this light guy is really going in on the BCIT stuff. Jeez. What do you think about... Okay, I kind of scrolled up a little bit. What do you think about Mike DiPietro jumping to make the Canucks roster by 2023? That would be nice. He wrapped up his first season in Utica. He was pretty okay. And honestly, he had some good looks. For a small guy, you don't really expect somebody like that to be successful. But, we'll see. If Montreal decides to trade Max Domi for a player Max Domi, who would it be and why? Hopefully Connor McDavid. That would be really cool. Canucks fan in the West. I have a load of Canucks merch. Hey, man, I have quite a few pieces of Canucks merch, too. I got a lot of figures. I'm looking at all of them right now, but, I got one Batman Arkham, Arkham City figure over here. It's just on top of my clock. Do you think you'll ever be able to correct the lineup next season? I hope so. I really do hope so. I see Rafferty beating Stetcher. He might be. He may. Stetcher certainly doesn't have the most secure job in the world because he is an RFA, and because the other UFAs on the Canucks do kind of clog up everything. It's certainly something to keep an eye out for. How much? Something. Oh, that's Max Domi. Do you play Fortnite? No, I don't play Fortnite, unfortunately. Man, watching the game with no fan is a total letdown. Why didn't they just cancel the season and restart in October? Well, because they needed to make the money. The NHL is going to make money if they play the games like this, where they're broadcasting it and they're getting the advertising revenue from all the boards. You see the boards, and you also have the TV revenue as well. That's certainly ways to make money and make amends for the revenue that they lost because they canceled up the season. Who would the Canucks trade to the Devils to get Jack Hughes? Hey, man, if you guys want to take Louis Eriksson, that would be awesome. Do you follow Talking Hockey on Instagram and Advanced Stats and Analytics page? Unfortunately, I do not. What do you do in your free time when you ain't doing vids? I organize and I unbox my mini action figures. I got so many of these just laying around. Big collector over here. Very, very big collector. Have been for years. And when it comes to even just like the other stuff, we got a lot of figures over here, and I'm always assorting my action figure collection. I've got so many, so many. Also, I watch a lot of anime, if you can probably tell. Totally tainted whoever wins the cup, not the same. That's a fair perspective. I can totally understand where you're coming from, but from my opinion, it's a lot more difficult to win the cup in this circumstance because there are more teams involved, and the circumstances as to which the league needed to go through in order to get to this position certainly were a lot more different than what we're used to. Burrows. There wouldn't be fans in October. That's kind of true, too. We don't really know if there are going to be fans in October. Either way, it's better to have 24 teams in 2 places than 31 in all cities with the travel. I like the format that they went with, having 2 cities and then having everybody in the East come over, because just the potential of having, like, I don't know, an outbreak or something if everybody was in one spot certainly would have been kind of undesirable. Lucas Pisa, yes, that's the correct one. How do you know this? Are you a medical doctor? Oh, that's replying to a previous one. Lucas Pisa was the last Canuck to score in the playoffs. Yep, that's true. What do you think of the trade Erickson? Okay. I'm just going to scroll down, not read out loud all the comments because I want to catch up to the very end. Face off with Farron Holtz. I'm heading out. Got to find a place to watch the most anticipated game ever. Peace, Gio. Sup, man. Or excuse me, peace, man. Happy to have you here, Kai, for sure. Happy to have you here. I'm just going to scroll down through the chat. Why did you choose BCIT when there are better colleges around? That is loud. Why did I choose BCIT? Well, because there was no other place that I felt comfortable going to that had a radio or broadcasting kind of program. I didn't go to BCIT for radio arts and entertainment. It's not like I went there for comp sci. If I was wanting to go to comp sci, I might have gone somewhere else where it was a little bit cheaper. But I did want to go to BCIT because of their broadcasting programs. Dragon Ball Z, no, I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, unfortunately. Let's see. Same fake news. Oh, we're talking about politics now, eh? Had to delete a message. Didn't want to do that. Are you into guys? No, I'm not. Nope. What do you see the Canucks lineup looking like in 2 years? Pedersen's going to be there. Hopefully, Podkolzin's going to be there. Hopefully, Höglander going to be there. Brock Besser's going to be there. Hopefully, Tyler Toffoli's going to be there. What anime do you watch? Right now I'm watching Kanojo Karashimasu, but I'm reading the manga as well, so I'm kind of ahead in that. But other than that, I'm just catching up on a whole bunch of other stuff from the previous seasons. Yesterday, what that day from the last season, I'm also catching up on that. Also, always going with the Boku no Hero. I love that show. What do you think of doing a Be a Pro series for fun? That's kind of going back to my roots, doing NHL series and actually playing the games for YouTube videos. But aside from doing the gameplays that I do now for the current videos, I haven't really thought about doing any more live comms. So a Be a Pro series, I'm not really too sure if I would think about that. SFU Comp Sci is the best. I have a few friends in SFU Comp Sci, so I do have some connections to that program. Do you know Nasher? No, I don't. I don't know Nasher personally. Obviously, I know who he is. I watch his videos all the time. Are you going to do a live reaction to the game? I have no idea. Because, I'm a nasty Canucks fan, and I don't know if I would love to have my Vancouver Canucks displeasure and hatred yelling out towards the camera. Not really too sure if I would be okay with that. We do get the news, something. Rangers NYI game is boring. Yeah, I have this game on in the background here too. Igor Shishurkin's over there. 7:57 left in the third period. It's 1-0. It's kind of a boring game, but Beauvillier has been good. Want to have a match in the ECHL? I don't know. Go Canucks, baby. I hope so. Yeah. What's your nationality? I'm full Filipino. Do you think the Canucks will beat the Wild? No bias. Honestly, it's like half and half. I could see either team winning. And that's mostly just because Minnesota is so defensively oriented that the Vancouver Canucks, we've seen it in the past few games they've played when they were playing each other in the regular season, but the Canucks just kind of can't really match that defensively styled pace. They try a little bit too hard when they play against the Wild. So it's kind of 50-50. I would see why either team would win, but obviously I'm cheering for the blue and green guys over there. Check out Food Wars. Yeah, I need to watch Shokugeki. I just haven't gotten around to it. Do you think Pedersen is a top 5 center in the NHL? I wouldn't say top 5. I would probably say top 10. Can he be a top 5 center in the NHL? Probably. Probably within the next 5 years, he's a top 5 center, guaranteed. But when it comes to centers, I probably have Crosby, Matthews, McKinnon above him for sure. Eichel, I probably have him above him. I probably have Scheifele above Pedersen. Maybe. Not really too sure. Bergeron probably, yeah. So that's 5 centers right there. Do you play PS4? Yes, I do. Yes, I do play PS4. Um, there's a few more comments over here that I'm just scrolling down. I kind of fell back behind again. What time does the game start at? The game starts at 7:30. McEwen or Vertanen right now, just based off of what everybody's saying from practices, apparently it's McEwen. How do you do gameplays for your videos? Are they custom rosters? They're usually fantasy drafts, season modes. I have many season modes with different teams, so I can get the gameplay for the teams. And I usually just put like the legends and the all-star teams in the season mode so that the fantasy draft has all those players to take from. That's fine. Oh, we're talking about politics again. Igor got pulled. Yeah, Igor did get. He's sitting on the side right there. They pulled him at like the halfway mark. I think they're just trying to get both of them in there. I think he let in a goal as well. Setup to our 15K subs. Maybe I don't know. My setup is really boring. It's just a computer and a mic. That's it. And then my video games that I have normally. I would have the video games even if I didn't have this YouTube thing. For Tannen playing, I have no idea. No idea. But apparently we have word that Yolevi is in, so that would be really cool. PS4 or Xbox, I have PS4. Are you Asian? Yep, I am. Full Filipino. Vancouver will break it. I hope they break that streak, man. I hope so. I would really love to see Vancouver win. Do you think Jack Rathbone will crack the roster next year? You know what? Over Stetcher. Okay, they're different positions because righty, lefty, they're different. But do I think Jack Rathbone has what it takes to make this roster? I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he did. He's been so good for the Harvard. What is it? Crimson? I believe that's their name. Let me just Google that right now. Harvard Crim. Yep, it's Harvard Crimson. He's been so good for that team, and he was for 2 years. I want to see this guy do well. Play EASHL with you and suggest some video ideas. You know what? Maybe. I love playing the EASHL game. I saw the Minnesota game. They looked good in the first, but the next 2 periods, ooh, okay. Are you going to buy Brian Burke's book? Maybe I might get the audiobook if there is an audiobook. I don't really read too much nowadays. I got Eric Walters. We all fall down over there. McDavid, what Red Wing do you think will get taken in the expansion? Hopefully Justin Advocator. That'd be really good. Pettersson is better than McDavid in 5 years. Hot take. Ooh, okay. That's a pretty hot take. Pretty hot take over there. How much time left till you're done at BCIT? I'm already done. I started in 2018. It was a 2-year program, so I graduated recently. The graduation ceremony was a YouTube video that got privated after I woke up that day, so I didn't get to watch the graduation ceremony, but I have graduated from BCIT. It's only 2 years, so I'm already here as a member of the workforce, technically. Lafreniere sweepstakes, yeah. Does Ferland drop the gloves tonight? You know what? I don't think so. Is Gio a girl's name? You know what? No, it's short. Traditionally, this is not my case, but traditionally Gio is short for Giovanni, which is John in Italian. So no, it's not a girl's name. I thought McDavid was a top 5 center. Yeah, McDavid is a top 5 center. He's probably number 1. Kyle Connor is pretty much what people think Laine is defensively, aka Wow, Kyle Connor. I thought Kyle Connor was better than that, man. Always been a big fan of Kyle Connor. Hot take, Pettersson was one of my favorite songs later, but okay, I kind of lost track in the chat again. Favorite player from the 2011 Canucks? I gotta go Ryan Kessler, man. That guy was an absolute beast. Let's go Canes. Would you want Matt Murray or Marc-Andre Fleury? I'd rather take Matt Murray because the guy's already a proven winner. He did have a bad year, but at the same time, he's like 26. He can still bounce back. Score prediction for tonight's game. You know what? Let's go 3-1. I want a good night from Marky. Let's go 3-1 Vancouver. The point is, okay, we're not going to talk about politics. Do I collect hockey cards? I used to have the, what was it? The McDonald's hockey cards. Remember when they did those? You could go to McDonald's, get a Happy Meal, and you'd get 3 hockey cards. I used to do those all the time, but never got into actual hockey cards. Who's winning tonight? I hope Vancouver. Who do you think will get the opening goal for Vancouver? I got to say, probably, let's say Petey. Who else but Petey? Who will fight in the Canucks and Jets? I want to see Tyler Myers get his revenge on whoever stole his defensive job. Myers and Trouba. The fight for that top 6 right-handed defenseman spot. Tyler Myers, time Eastern. Well, the game starts at 7:30 here, so it'll probably be 10:30 there at Eastern time. Yeah, Edmonton, it's like 35 degrees. Am I really that far back? Oh, okay. All right, so I'm going to scroll all the way down. How do I do my thumbnails? I do it on Photoshop. Who is better, Murray or Jari? Said it in the video earlier today, but I think Jari is the better goaltender at the moment. Both games. Oh, there was just another goal. Devon Taves, the guy got it 2-0. Islanders are on the board again. Thoughts on the 4-0 Blues loss? That sucks. Like, that sucks, man. The guys couldn't score a goal against one of the worst teams to make the play-in series. That's rough. I can see fans in the stands in October with mandatory masks. The UFC is already talking about fans in the stage. That'd be really interesting too. Mandatory masks certainly will need to be enforced because we know not everybody in the world is going by the masks thing. Do you think the Canucks will win the Cup this century? This century, yes. They're probably going to win the Cup this century. Who do the Canucks play against in the finals? Hopefully Boston, and hopefully they win. Jets fan for me is incorrect. Trouba is with the Rangers. Oh my goodness, not not Trouba. Darn, what was it I was talking about? That was the Trouba sweepstakes. I do remember that. I forgot. I think Matthew Perreault will mess with Virtanen because of that hit. Maybe. Tatar and Petrie for Makar at draft day. No, that's not enough. That's not enough. I'm sorry. That is not enough. NY High scored. Yep, I did see that. Who does Detroit take it for? All eyes are leaning towards Cole Perfetti. But, there are some really, really good players that they can take it for, even if it's not Stützle, Byfield, or Lafreniere. The next person in that line, in my opinion, is Marco Rossi because I'm such a big fan of Marco Rossi. But, you can't go wrong with Perfetti. You can't go wrong with Holtz, Raymond, Drysdale. Even Lundell, honestly. Anton Lundell's a good player, and I know a lot of people kind of aren't as high on him as I am, but the Rangers scored. Nice. Nice. A goal. We're actually getting goals in the last 5 minutes of this Rangers game. That's awesome to see. Why do I have an Oilers jersey? Fun story. I went to the States, saw this guy at a Marshall's. Marshall's, like the clothing store that's not, you can just go there and find all sorts of random stuff. The one day I went to Marshall's, they had Oilers jerseys and Calgary jerseys. This is a Marshall's in Washington State, mind you, just south of Seattle. And when I went there, all this Calgary and Edmonton, Alberta stuff was over there. And this was like $30-$40. So I was like, you know what? Let's just take it. It's Adidas. It's the camo. It's got the nice Oilers jersey or logo. Who do you think will crack the roster first? Rafferty or Wu, Rathbone, or Juolevi? Gotta go Juolevi by default just because he's already in there. Blues got slapped up. Yeah, they kind of did. Under Armour Mash is really good. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about a lot of the Under Armour stuff, especially for the underneath layer. It's called Under Armour for a reason. Did you ever get to meet any NHL players who are retired or not? Not that I remember. I don't think so. It's about to start. Yeah, we have 3 minutes until the Canucks game. So let's just change the channel on my TV right here. And we'll go down to NHL hockey. Oh, man, it's Dan Murphy and Ian McIntyre doing the preview right now. So we may have to end the stream in a little bit because I did say that I don't want to stream with the game just because, I'm that fan that gets really annoying when he watches hockey videos. So I'm not really too sure if that's something that I would see the most value in when it comes to watching the game here on stream. I'm not too sure, though. Not really too sure. Who knows? If everything goes smoothly, we may be able to just transition right into the game. We can just change the title and everything. But, yeah, really big fan of everything that we've seen so far from the Vancouver Canucks. Just taking a look at the last few comments over here. Will you go crazy if you have the Canucks win the Cup? Yeah, I would go crazy. I really, really would. Sanderson or Drysdale? You know what? You can make the argument for both. Sanderson has been so good for me the past previous few games that I have seen him. And the fact is, because he's in the same boat as a Drysdale, that kind of proves the point already how good Sanderson is. What do you think of Horvat? He's great. Ever met Petey in person? Nope, I haven't. Will you stream the game? No, I can't do that. That's copyrighted material from Sportsnet. If I was a player, I legit won't want to win the Cup this year. Really? Okay, well, I can understand the reasons that you put down over there. Are you watching on 4K? Nope. Hashtag keep the stream. Hashtag keep the stream. Virtanen wasn't even in warm-ups. Oof. Okay. So I kind of caught up to the very end. What is the underrated team in your opinion? I gotta go Carolina. I'm gonna say Carolina is an underrated team. I know their game earlier today wasn't the best. I think they lost, right? Was it a loss to the Washington Capitals? But at the same time, Carolina's got they loaded up at the deadline. They added so much, so we're all toxic fans. Yeah, we're all toxic fans. Vancouver's a pretty toxic city. I know. That's why we need guys like Clay Emu, bringing the GLGCP, good looking Canucks Positivity Club. But yeah, we'll see if we keep the stream on. I'm not too sure. Maybe we'll go right up until the commercial break, I guess. Don't you just love hearing the Hockey Night in Canada theme? Yes, absolutely do. I love hearing that theme. Brings me back, brings me back to the good times. Who do you think will win the game? I hope Vancouver. Clay is awesome. Yes, Clay is awesome indeed. I love Clay. The guy is an absolute beauty. Now they're showing off a nice little pre-game trailer. Keep the stream. How did you become a Habs fan? Okay, so I became a Habs fan because there were many people in my program who were also Habs fans, and normally all the hockey fans get together and they actually start talking about hockey, but because there were, a lot of Habs fans there, I actually started learning more about the team, learning about the prospects, etc. And because I knew a lot about this stuff, and because I started talking about this stuff more, I ended up making videos on the Habs. And when I started talking about them, that's when all the Habs fans started coming into the channel, which led me to making more Habs videos, which led to me liking the team more and making more prospects, keeping up to date with their systems. And now we're here where the Habs are my second favorite team indeed. Oh, man, there it is. The Hockey Night in Canada intro. Let's get the volume up on that. Oh, yes, I love the sound of that. Ah, nostalgia. Gretzky, Messier, yeah, I could probably deal without Messier. Patrick Waugh, Ryan O'Reilly. Okay, so I have to go eat dinner by Blake Wheeler's overrated. Ooh, I don't think so. Do you think Carlson and possibly the Sharks will rebound next season? Not too sure. Well, you know what? We're already losing a few viewers here and there. I think it should be time to end the stream here. I still do indeed need to record tomorrow's videos because I do have some topics as to what we're going to have for tomorrow when it comes to the actual YouTube videos on the channel. But yeah, I know Clay has a post-game live stream that he's going to do. I'll also probably do a post-game video as well. So that kind of wraps everything up. It's been a nice hour-long stream. We may do this in the future sometime. I did like having this out here. Oh man, I see all your comments for keeping the stream, but I gotta go watch this game with my family. I don't want to leave them out to dry over there too. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream. We'll definitely do this again. Socialize Trolls 99. Please leave a like in the video because it's the first live stream you've ever done. And I hope you guys can all find ways to enjoy this game as well. I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. All right.